yeah, that's one of the dreams. Maybe I'll be able to do that when I have a big girl job, along with paying off my student loans. Hello, what's up? Mabuhay, aloha, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to talk about things that I do that are considered to be sins of a zero waste person. I thought this video would be a lot more relatable for those who are trying to reduce their waste, because there's a stigma of being zero waste or sustainable that you have to be perfect, and that's not the case whatsoever. We live in a society where we just produce waste and we're just wasteful human beings. And for every pound of trash that you create, industries like Target and Walmart create way more than that. So if you create like 7 pounds of waste, I think they create like 70. What you need to realize is that you as a human being make an impact on the planet, but we need to start holding these corporations responsible for all of the waste that they make. Because zero waste was essentially an industry term where places like Target or Walmart or any other brand that you like tries to send as little solid waste to the landfill as possible. And a lot of companies have not been doing that, and we need to start holding them responsible if we really want to make change in the climate and plastic pollution and just to save our planet, because our planet is dying and we need to do something about that. But in this video we're talking about the individual, being myself, and I just wanted to show you some ways, probably not all of the ways. Being sustainable is a journey, so I can't really quantify all of the things that I do that are sustainable and that are not sustainable. Some of it has a gray area. You really have to do what's most sustainable for you and what's most sustainable in your area and what your municipality or your government allows. So yeah, without further ado, let's get started. The first thing that I do that is not zero waste is I love snacks, and a lot of these snacks come in plastic packaging. Granted, a lot of the snacks that I eat are typically vegan, except for maybe like chocolate, like the traditional chocolate. Like, I love Reese's peanut butter. Oh, it's so good. Also really like chocolate that has been harvested with palm oil, which is horrible because they just deforest a bunch of forests to plant palm oil plants to harvest palm oil, which is really unsustainable, and we don't want to do that. I'm a sucker for Nutella, I'm a sucker for Reese's peanut butter cups, and I'm a sucker for vegan chips. I really need to stop. I need to find better alternatives, or like make my own snacks. You know, I can actually make my own peanut butter cups, but yeah, I really need to work on that. So that's the first one. Okay, my second one is that I waste food. Yeah, my mom never forgets to let me know how wasteful I am with food. And food waste, I talk about it a lot. It's really bad, but thankfully I have a boyfriend that eats a lot of my leftovers. I try my best to reheat those leftovers and eat them, but I have a really small stomach capacity, and I just need to learn how to portion my food. Ever since I was young, I would always just get more food than I needed to, and that's like so bad of me. And my mom has this Filipino saying called matakaw mata. And I know I have a bad Filipino, like, I have an accent when I talk in Tagalog, so. But matakaw mata means like eyes bigger than your stomach, essentially. And I've been hearing that since I could eat solid food. Just food waste in general, when you throw it away into a garbage bag and you leave it in a landfill, it offsets methane, which, you know, we can avoid by composting, but I really just need to portion my food well, or really just like put it in the fridge and eat it for the next meal, because man, I waste a lot of food and I feel really bad about it. But I'm working on it, and I will work on it. So yeah, that was the second thing that I do that isn't very zero waste. The third thing that I do that isn't very zero waste is I sometimes forget to turn off my appliances and to turn off the light in my room sometimes when I leave, which is really bad. But I mean, I try not to do it for more than 10 minutes, and I like run back and I turn off the light. But you know, just wasting energy is really bad. A lot of the things that our electricity run on are like coal and petroleum and all of that stuff, and not a lot of our societies run on renewable energy. At least from Hawaii, a lot of our stuff runs on petroleum, so I should not be wasting a lot of petroleum by leaving lights and appliances on. So I will work on that. A good way to combat leaving your appliances on is plugging them all into a power strip and then just turning off the power strip when you leave. Oh yeah, that was the third one. Okay, so the fourth thing that I do that is not sustainable is sometimes I forget to use my reusable napkins and cloths and things, and I just grab for a paper towel. And honestly, that is just muscle memory. I'm trying to work on it. It takes a while to unlearn muscle memory things. But I don't use paper towels in my bathroom because I have like the cloth like right on the sink, so I can wipe up all the water on the sink. But especially in the kitchen, I'm really bad at using paper towels. I really should stop. Sometimes I use paper towels in the school bathrooms when I forget to bring my little hand dry towel. Yeah, it's really bad. But a lot of the times I try not to use paper towel and I just wipe it on my jeans. So I'm getting better at it. I just, sometimes, you know, muscle memory, you just can't. It's just really hard to unlearn things that are muscle memory. Okay, so that was the fourth one. And the fifth and final one is I fly a lot. It's really hard when you live in the middle of the Pacific Ocean and you just have to fly to get anywhere. And my family and I love to travel. We love experiencing new things. We love experiencing new cultures. We love trying new food. And I just want to be aware of all of the different cultures around me. So we like to fly a lot. Unfortunately, we don't have the luxury of living in, for example, Europe and just taking the train and landing in a different country. I would love to do that, but I live on a tiny rock in the middle of the Pacific Ocean known as Oahu, so I can't really do anything. And we like to travel. But what I try to do is I try to get my family to bring reusables so that we don't have to, you know, use any plastic while we're abroad. Actually, what I want to do in the future when I have enough money to buy them is to buy carbon offsets to offset my wastefulness. Offsets are just one way to offset the amount of emissions when you fly. But I also just want to buy carbon offsets to offset all of the wasteful stuff that I do in my life. And yeah, that's one of the dreams. Maybe I'll be able to do that when I have a big girl job, along with paying off my student loans. Okay, so my sixth sin is I'm not vegan. Yep, I am not vegan. I know there's going to be vegans out there that are like, there's no excuse, blah, blah, blah. But it's like, I do my absolute best to eat as plant-based as I possibly can. It's just, I live with my parents and sometimes I can't control what we're having for dinner because a lot of the times my mom cooks. But whenever I have the chance to control my own meals, I try to eat as plant-based as possible. Food is a very cultural thing, and I'm Filipino, and food is very important to us because that's when the families are able to be together in one room and just decompress and just eat really delicious food. So personally, I can't fully be vegan. I can't really give up my roots. And even the vegetarian options that Filipinos do have, the sauce that goes with it is not vegan. So it's really difficult. I feel that even if you can't be perfect at zero waste, it doesn't hurt to try. As Shelbizzle says, you can't do all the good that the world needs, but the world needs all the good that you can do. So if you can't be vegan, incorporating 1 or 2 vegan meals in your day or incorporating a few vegan meals in your week, that's gonna make a big difference. Because I guess I made this video because like I'm a very small person who's doing her best, and I'm not a big influencer on here. I'm not even an influencer. I'm just trying my best to make a YouTube channel. But no matter how big or small you are, you can make a difference. And it may not be perfect, but it's a difference. you know, for my 6 zero waste students. And I really hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope that it was helpful in showing you that you don't have to be perfect to be sustainable or zero waste or low waste or whatever you want to be called. And yeah, I really hope you guys liked it. If you want to see more of my face and my eco-friendly tips, please feel free to hit the subscribe button down below, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye!